having a finished object on a freaking Friday, is it my lucky day? Because I think it might be. So today, cat's out of the bag. We finished our afterglow pullover. I'd like to talk to you about the pattern itself, the yarn I used, how I'm styling this, etc. So let's just get right into it. I mentioned in my Whip Wednesday this week that I had finished my afterglow pullover and it wasn't exactly how I expected it to turn out. And essentially, in my mind, I had this vision that this was going to be kind of like, what is that term? Oh no, muscle tee. I was thinking this was going to be muscle tee. So definitely coming off the shoulder for a wider, more masculine shape. But instead, I created a t-shirt. Let's just call a spade a spade. I created a t-shirt. And I think what happened here is because I created a size 3, which is definitely very oversized for my frame, it's giving t-shirt. I don't think it's supposed to fit this way. However, that's not a bad thing. I love having a knitted t-shirt. I only have one in my collection that I made last year. So not what I was expecting, but not necessarily disappointed, if that makes sense. Another thing worth noting, which I feel like I have shared with you ad nauseum at this point, is I created my neck way too tall. Now it's kind of bunching a little bit because of my necklace, but you can see it comes right here. I'm gonna tilt back right there. It's supposed to only be, I think, about what this little cap sleeve is. So, word of caution, the only reason why I did that was because I lost track of time. I had to frog, kind of couldn't figure out where I was, so just went with it. Again, not mad, just not necessarily what I was expecting, but it did block out wide, so it's not uncomfortable. It sits really really nicely. I feel like it looks really nice. So all in all, not mad about the neck, just not what I was expecting. Going to untuck her for you so you can kind of see where she's hitting. I didn't make any mods to the body whatsoever. I followed the pattern to a T, and it's actually a really lovely length. It's not a crop top, but it's not that long either. So here's the top of my waistband right here. So this gives me a good amount to tuck in to kind of play with the shape and the silhouette it's giving me, balloon it out a little bit, but it's not super long. Do you know what I mean? It's not uncomfortable bunching in my pants. And frankly, I think it looks pretty cute untucked as well. I think I have a pair, well, I know I have a pair of very long denim that looks really chic when I have an untucked shirt. So I think that's going to be like a really cool styling. Ooh, with some sambas. Kind of wish I would have wore that today, but alas, we are here. Quick synopsis for the pattern: 12 out of 10. So easy to read, not complicated, just thorough. So if you purchase this pattern, you open it up and you become overwhelmed, do not fret. I did as well. It is because this particular top is size graded so impeccably. You go far this way, you go far this way. So very inclusive, good for so many different sizes, and very thorough. So many detailed directions that not all pattern designers really provide us. So I think for that, it was a huge win. I absolutely love the way it was written. I love all of the details, a seemingly simple construction, but because of this gorgeous 2x2 ribbing that is down the front, can you see me? Down, my hair's in the way. Down the back, down each side, you really get this gorgeous ribbing throughout the entirety of the piece. It was incredible. As for the yarn, holy hell. Kelbourne Woolens, first and foremost, thank you so much. This was a delight to work with. I'm going to be honest. When I opened the package and saw how thin both the mohair and the fingering weight yarn was, I mean, obviously, right, Lynn's like, hello, it's fingering weight and mohair. But when I saw it, I was like, okay, so working with embroidery thread yet again. I gotta say, it was so much more enjoyable to work with than I had even anticipated. It was a dream, frankly, and created the most luxe, soft fabric. Nothing underneath. That is a first for me. I am super sensitive to wool. This is incredible on the skin and frankly got even better after blocking, which, that's always the hope, but this one was really a star. On the topic of blocking, which again, this just is a testament to how lovely this pattern is. The pattern designer, Eva Christina Knits, explained that you kind of get this like bunching right here when it's fresh off the needles. She explained when blocking, block it kind of as wide as you can. So grateful for those notes. I would have never really blocked it this way. I'm going to put a picture of how it was blocking on the screen. It looks insane. When I pinned it, I was like, am I ruining this top right here, right now? No, she was right. Because you're blocking it wide, it eliminates this kind of bunching that was naturally happening with the top fresh off the needles. Okay, let me go grab my sunglasses, my bag, and I'll show you how I styled this. Elephant in the room. We're back to our garment. We're back to our garment ruining every outfit. So just pretend that's not there. This is a perfect spring outfit, a perfect transitional fit. I've got a little bit of warmth of the wool. I've got my jeans on, but I've brought in some springy fun elements like my Sandgrens clogs, which I have not worn since last year. I'm so excited to bring these back out into the rotation. So let me give you the rundown top to bottom. Over ribbons, what more needs to be said? I paired this outfit with this very cool vintage wooden beaded necklace that I got in Oregon. I think I showed you this in my Oregon haul. This is what I was envisioning. 100%. My Levi's, of course, silver tab, vintage, baggy style. My clogs, which I just mentioned to you all. Love those. These are the Austin. And of course, my Ida and Moon cowhide. I love the way this turned out. I can't wait to style this top more and more. I know I will fall even more in love with it. I also think this would be really cute. I know this is kind of maybe a hot take, but over a bathing suit as like a little cover up. I have a black swimsuit. I kind of want to wear this over when I go on a trip next weekend. And the long jeans with the sambas. And then I also want to pair this with some brown pants. Ooh, and my white baby jeans from Rudy Jude. The options are endless. What I'm trying to say is you should make this top, and you should make this top in these colorways, and you should style it with me. Okay, leaving you all there. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions at all, let me know. I will be sure to update my Ravelry with all of this good information, although I did not make any mods, and we'll go from there. Talk to you all soon. Bye.